Welcome back to TK Golf. This is the home of data-driven golf content for the everyday golfer. And today, we are testing one of the most hyped about budget golf balls on the market, the Amazon Basics Core Soft. At £18 a dozen, this golf ball is going up against the likes of the Strixon Soft Feel, the Wilson Duo Soft, and all sorts of other entry-level budget golf balls. But there's a twist. Word on the street is that the Amazon Basics golf ball is made by the same manufacturer as the Kirkland Signature golf balls. Now, the Kirkland Signature is known as one of the best budget golf balls ever made. Have they repeated that feat with the Amazon Basics golf ball? Today, we're going to find out. We're going to look at real data gathered by the Flightscope Mevo Plus here in the Home Golf Simulator, and we're going to put the Amazon Basics golf ball directly up against the likes of the Titleist Pro V1, the TaylorMade TP5, the Callaway Chrome Tour, and all sorts of other premium golf balls. If you like fact-based golf content, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and let's get into the numbers. So what exactly have we got on our hands with this golf ball? Well, the Amazon Basics Core Soft golf ball is designed to be a low compression, soft feeling, distance friendly golf ball that still manages to maintain good durability. If the rumors are true that these golf balls are made in the same factory as the Kirkland Signature golf ball, then we can expect that this durability is going to be good. I mean, the Kirkland Signature balls were extremely durable. The cover feels firm, but the core actually feels extremely soft. This might be one of the softest feeling golf balls I've ever hit, second only probably to the Callaway Super Soft. So if you like a soft golf ball, I mean, this is probably not a bad choice. By the way, you will never know how many attempts it actually took me to flip that golf ball up into my hands. It took ages. The only thing I really dislike about this golf ball is the alignment aid. I mean, look at it, it's pretty poor. It's not going to take much to fix it. I mean, it's just like a marker pen and an alignment aid, and you can create your own line, but it still looks pretty bad. It doesn't need to be that thick and that short. Before I put these golf balls through their paces, here's how I test golf balls on this channel to provide you with fair, repeatable, and reliable data. I test with 4 different golf clubs: the Lob Wedge, the Pitch and Wedge, the 7-iron, and the driver. That way, we can see what the performance is like throughout the whole bag. I gather a lot of data for these tests because I hit 20 shots with each golf ball with each club. To make sure I'm testing all golf balls like for like, I make sure that I use the same swing speed for every single test. For the Lob Wedge, I'll hit a 50-mile-an-hour pitch shot, and then I'll hit a full swings with the pitch and wedge, the 7-iron, and the driver. To make sure I'm giving you guys reliable data, I only choose the best 15 strikes from each data set. That way I'm getting rid of all the bad strikes. Anything that I hit off the toe, anything I shank, anything I top is not being used in this data. And finally, all of these shots are recorded on the Flightscope Mevo Plus launch monitor. I test every single golf ball on this channel in the exact same way, so that way I can compare every single golf ball against each other. Without further ado, let's get testing. For the Lob Wedge, the average club head speed was 50 miles an hour, which is basically a 50-yard pitch shot. Now, the Amazon Basics Core Soft golf ball produced some pretty good launch numbers and some pretty good spin numbers. While it wasn't as spinny as the premium golf balls, it wasn't that far behind. At just over 5,700 RPM, that's a playable spin number, especially for casual or winter golf. The ball flight was pretty medium to low, which kind of suggests that the ball will roll out rather than have some one hop and stop action on the greens, which is the kind of thing you would expect with a premium golf ball. Overall, the stopping power with these 50-yard pitch shots isn't as good as the premium golf balls. But you know what? It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. let's have a look at some fuller swings with some longer clubs. For the pitch and wedge, the average club head speed was 77 mile an hour, which is basically a full swing for me. And the results with this club were a pleasant surprise. The spin number jumped up to 6,900 RPM, which puts it firmly in the playable and controllable category. These are not elite numbers, but for a budget golf ball at just £18 a dozen, it's actually quite impressive. The ball speed is slightly down compared to premium golf balls, and peak height followed that trend as well. But the Amazon golf ball still offered consistent stopping power on the greens. The value for money on show right now is really good, but budget golf balls start to deteriorate the harder you hit them. So let's move on to the 7-iron and driver results. Unfortunately, this is where we do start to see some differences. The Amazon golf ball flew lower, carried shorter, and had reduced ball speed compared to the premium golf balls. With a 7-iron, the average carry number for premium golf balls is around 170 yards, with the spin number looking to be around 6 to 6,100. So we are definitely giving up some distance, and we're giving up some stopping power on the greens with these budget golf balls. But at some point, you do have to compromise. These golf balls are £18 a dozen compared to £50 a dozen with premium golf balls. But there is some hope left. Rick Shields has tested these golf balls himself in his Hit Golf studio, and his results suggest that these golf balls are pretty good with a driver. Does my test say different? Unfortunately, yes. It is really hard to have a differing opinion to the godfather of YouTube. But I'm sorry, Rick. My test results tell a very different story with the driver. The Amazon Basic golf balls were around 12 to 14 yards shorter than premium golf balls, and that was basically down to a lower ball flight and lower ball speed. However, there is an upside. The spin was pretty low with the Amazon Basics golf ball at 2,462. This low spin should help golfers who struggle to control their golf ball in the wind. If you're a golfer who struggles with ball flights that balloon into the sky in the wind, then this golf ball could be a pretty good option for you. But ultimately speaking, this golf ball is struggling to compete with the premium brands. And so it should. It's £18 a dozen. There has to be a compromise somewhere. And from what I can see, that's in performance. So after testing this ball with 4 different clubs, here's my conclusion. Let's start with the strengths. It has a very soft feel, so if you enjoy playing a soft golf ball, you will love playing this ball. It had good spin numbers with the wedge, especially with the pitch and wedge. The durability is surprisingly good, especially considering how cheap the golf ball is. It has low spin with a driver, which should help it perform well in windy conditions. And ultimately, this golf ball is great value for money at £18 a dozen. The negatives are that we are losing some distance compared to the premium golf balls, and the lower ball flight is going to reduce the stopping power on the greens. You could argue that there are more positives than there are negatives, but at the end of the day, you're buying a budget golf ball and ultimately you're getting budget performance. Is this golf ball better than other budget options? Well, that's a whole different video, but I would probably say yes. If you're looking for a cheap golf ball to play in the winter without giving up too much, then the Amazon Basics golf ball is a pretty good option for you. But I'll leave you with this. If you are a mid to high handicap golfer focused on value, feel, and not too fussed about performance, then this golf ball is the one for you. If you want to actually maximize your distance and maximize your performance around the greens, then you're going to have to stick to more premium golf balls like the Pro V1, the TaylorMades, and the Callaways of the world. Guys, if you found this video useful, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week for another test.